Welcome to the session on fundamentals of financial management. Financial management. This word itself comprises of two words called finance and management. Today we are going to discuss the fundamentals of financial management. This is a very important subject in itself. It is taught at almost all the universities in all professional, undergraduate and postgraduate subject, be it BCom, BBA, MBA, MCom, BBM and any other subject related to management or commerce. This subject is one of the most important subject. So we will be starting with this subject today and we will be discussing the fundamentals of financial management. Okay. While discussing this subject or beginning with this subject, the topics that we will try to cover in today's session will be nature of finance. We will see that what do we understand by this term called finance. What do we mean by this term? We call it finance. We will also see the relationship of finance with other management functions. We will see that how financial management is related to various other functions of management. Going further, we will see the changing role of financial manager. We will see that who is a financial manager and how with time the role of financial manager is changing in an organization. How his position actually lies in the management hierarchy, where he actually stands in the hierarchy of the management. Okay. And we also see how profit maximization, the goal which was sometime profit maximization, has converted into wealth maximization with time. How the focus is shifted from profit maximization to wealth maximization. And in the end, we will have a little or a brief about what do we understand by this term called agency problem, which is occurred due to the things that we are going to discuss today. So before I start, I would like you all to have a look at this image. So when we say the word finance, this image, this person, this character is something which touches each one of us. Who is this person? Most of you actually knows this. Who is this person? This person is Warren Buffett. And he said many statements related to finance, but this is one of his famous saying. He said that there is a rule number 1, which says never lose money. But then there is rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. So never lose your money. We need to understand how we need to manage our finances well. If we want to establish a business, if we want to establish an organization, we need to understand how we can manage our finances really well. Suppose we are graduating in coming year. We are going to complete our degree. Now we have two options available with us. First, we can get a PPO, a placement from colleges, and we can start our job. Okay. Part 2 or another option is we may start our own business and we want to be an entrepreneur. Now, if we want to be an entrepreneur, okay, the first and foremost thing that will come to our mind is for starting any business, we need funds, we need money. Okay, and the rest of the questions will also come to our mind after this. When we need money, from where will I get the money? Okay, I may not have any experience. So if I'll go to the bank will ask for experience. Why will bank will give their money to me? Because I don't have any experience. It may be possible that tomorrow I may lose this money. Okay, nobody is ready to give this money to me. So probably I may go to my parents and ask for this money, or I may ask my friends to give me this money. So these may be my sources or the beginning sources from where I can arrange this money. And the process through which I am collecting this money, I am arranging this money, is my activity of arranging finances for my business to start with. Once I have this finance with me, once I have this money with me, the next step will be I will look forward there where I need to put this money. That means what all assets I need for my business. Okay, from where I will get these assets, and how much money, how much finance I have to park in what kind of asset if I have to start the business. These kind of decisions are known as capital budgeting decisions. And once I have started the business, okay, I started generating revenue, my focus will be now earning profits. My target will be to reach to break-even point as early as possible, and once I will reach break-even point, I will try to earn profit. Okay, and once I have started earning profit, I have to decide whether I need to retain this profit with myself within the company so that I can reinvest this amount in the company for the purpose of growth, or shall I distribute this profit to my shareholders in the form of dividend. Okay, and this kind of decisions are known as dividend decisions. So majorly these three types of decisions or these three type of activities comprises of financial management. Okay, we will look into all these activities deeply as we go ahead. Okay, so we will start with finance. Okay, so what do we understand by this term called finance? Finance, it matters more than what we realize. Finance is a lifeblood of any individual or any business. It is like blood in our body. Our body is working because blood is flowing in our body. If we have short of this level of blood in our body, we may face some problem. We will be anemic. Okay, if the level of blood is higher than what is required, then also we will start facing some problems. Okay, so the accurate amount of blood is required in our body to make it function properly. Similarly, the accurate amount, a perfect amount of finance is required in any business, any organization, so that it can work in a proper manner. Okay, so that it can work smoothly. Okay, so finance may also be defined as an art and science of managing money. Okay, it is an art, it is a science. Okay, now suppose today I have 100 rupees. Now I have two options available with me. With this 100 rupees, I can go to the shop, I can purchase maybe some chocolates and I can consume it. Okay, once I have consumed the chocolate, those 100 rupees are gone. I am feeling happy, I am feeling satisfied, I have consumed this money. Okay, and another way is I can use this 100 rupees, I'll go to the same shop, I'll buy these chocolates, okay, and I will sell these chocolates to somebody else for say rupees 120. Now instead of 100 rupees, I have 120 rupees with me. So these 100 rupees made another 20 rupees for me. Now these 100 rupees are 120 rupees for me. Okay, so my money made additional money for me. Okay, this is an art. This is an art. Not everybody possesses this art. Okay, this may be learned with time. Okay, and it is also, finance is also known as science because finance talks about numbers. Okay, there are certain mathematical principles, certain laws that needs to be applicable when we are managing with finance. So in that sense, we can say that yes, finance is an art as well as a science. Now there are two aspects, or okay, there are two concepts in which finance is divided. Okay, when the word finance comes into our mind, there are further two words which also comes in our mind. One is money, another is capital. Okay, what is money? Money is something, I just now give this example. I have 100 rupees. I went to this shop, I purchased chocolate, I consumed these chocolates. Okay, now I am feeling happy, I am satisfied with this consumption. So I use this in the form of money. So this was money. These 100 rupees is my money which I have used for my own personal consumption. But when I have used these same 100 rupees for purchasing some goods and reselling it to for the purpose of earning profit, when I have used this money, then the same 100 rupees worked as a capital for me. So these are the two aspects how finance is further divided. It may be called money, it may be called capital. So our focus will be on capital aspect of finance when we are moving ahead. How we are utilizing our finances so that we can do excel in our business. We can earn out of the investments that we are going to make. Okay. Now from finance, we will move ahead to financial management. Okay. So financial management is nothing but it is that managerial activity which is concerned with the planning and controlling of a firm's financial resources. So the focus will be on financial resources. Okay. There are number of resources available in the organization. There are number of managerial activities which are going on in an organization. We are talking about when I'm saying management activities, it comprises of financial management, human resource management, marketing management, production management, operations management. There are number of management activities which are going on in an organization. But our focus will be on financial management. Our focus will be on financial management, that how we are managing the financial resources of a company or a business. Okay, so financial management is concerned with the duties of financial manager in the business as well. Okay, so who manages the fund in an organization? There is a person who is holding a key position. We call him financial manager, who actually manages the funds, the financial resources in an organization. Okay. Then we are moving ahead with the users of financial information. Now, financial manager has to provide this financial information, but there are number of users who need this financial information. These users can be owners, consumers, competitors, employees, government, community representative, investment analyst, managers, lenders and suppliers. There are number of stakeholders who need these kind of financial information, and they have their own kind of usage. Okay, for example, an owner needs any kind of financial information to decide whether they should think of, suppose they want to introduce a new product, okay, they want to diversify, whether this is the time to take this step or not, or whether they should continue with the same product for some time. Okay, maybe competitors need the financial information of one company to decide or to make any decision related to any competitive product that they want to come up in. Government may need the financial information of a company to decide or to check how much tax the government is going to get from this company. Okay, managers will also need these kind of financial information because they want to see where the company is standing right now, how much profit the company is earning. So everybody, every stakeholder has their own kind of usage of financial information. Okay, but the financial information is provided by this key position holder whom we call the financial manager. Okay. So before I move ahead, I just want to discuss briefly a few terms which we are going to use in this, the concepts of financial management that we are going to discuss. Okay, there are terms called assets. Okay, assets are something which are going to give benefits in future. Okay, but assets are classified into various types. One such classification is assets are classified as real assets as well as financial assets. So when I say real assets, okay, these are further classified as tangible assets or intangible assets. Okay, so tangible assets are those assets which are directly or which are helpful for the business. We have acquired these assets to make our business functional, to run our business, but these are visible, we can touch, these are touchable, we can touch these assets, we can see these assets like land, like building, okay, like computers, Okay, anything which we can touch, and we are utilizing this, we are using these assets for the purpose of running our business smoothly. At the same time, we have some assets called intangible assets. These are exactly opposite of tangible assets. Okay, we cannot touch these assets, but still these assets hold value. Okay, for example, goodwill, patents, copyrights. Okay, these are assets which we cannot touch, we cannot see. Okay, but they hold the value. Then there is another classification we have is financial assets. Why I am discussing this? Because our focus will be on these type of assets which are known as financial assets. So financial assets are also known as securities. Okay, these are financial papers or instruments. The examples of financial assets can be shares and debentures. Okay, shares can be equity shares, shares can be preference shares. Okay, what do we understand by the term shares? So basically, if we are holder of shares in any particular company, we are like owner of that company. Okay, we have invested our money in that company, and now we are expecting return out of it. But at the same time, we have another set of financial asset. In general, we call it debt. Okay, these may be debentures, these may be bonds. Okay, these are the examples of debt. So majorly financial assets can be of two types. One are shares, another are debt, or we also call it equity or debt for the purpose of financial management. These terms are also defined as equity and borrowed funds. So when I say the word shares, it represents the ownership rights to their holders. So if I am the holder of share in a particular company, I hold those ownership rights with me. I am the owner of the company. So the percentage of share that I am holding in a particular company, I am owner in that ratio only, in that percentage only of that company. Shareholders of the shareholders who are holding share in a particular company are owners of that company. Shares can be preference shares as well as equity shares. Then we have borrowed funds. Borrowed fund means any kind of loan, any debt. Okay, when we are or the company is inviting money in the form, we call it debt. Okay, when they have borrowed these funds, these represents liability of the firm toward the outsider. Okay, the person who have invested in the company or given loan to the company. Okay, and in return of that they expect interest. Okay, while the shareholders are expecting dividends. Okay, but the debt holders or the people or the investors who are given loan to the company, they are expecting return interest in the form of return. The lenders are not the owners of the company, like equity shareholders. Equity shareholders or shareholders are the owner of the company, whereas debt holders are not owner of the company. They don't have any say in the company at all. All they want is their interest from the company on time. Okay, so we'll move ahead with finance and how it is related to various management functions. So all business activities involve acquisition and use of funds. As I have mentioned in the beginning also, so whenever we are thinking of starting a business, the first question that will come to our mind is, from where should I get the money? And once I'll get the money, we call it capital when we are using it for the purpose of business. Now when I have the capital, how I am going to use these funds? Okay, what can be the best utilization of the fund so that I can make best out of it? And it is this is related to this financial management is related to various other management functions as well, like production and operations, human resource, marketing. For example, you are talking about production in the company. How much raw material need to be ordered? From where you are going to order the raw material? That means the source. From wheresoever you can get the raw material at the lower cost, you will prefer to get your raw material from that particular source. Okay, how much raw material is required at a particular time? Okay, if you are getting short of raw material at the time of production, your production facility will be idle. It is a kind of loss. If you have excess of raw material, then you may face storage problem. That is also a kind of cost that a company has to bear. So we need to decide what could be the ideal amount of raw material that should be available in your facility and in your production facility at right time. And to make your production process or operations smooth, you need to have smooth financing or smooth financial management in the company. This is possible only when your finances are in place. Similarly, human resource management. When I say the word human resource management, the first thing that comes in our mind is we can hire as many people we want to. Okay, we want human resource, we want people, we can hire as many people we want to work for us, but this is not true. Why? Because when I'm hiring somebody, I have to pay for it. Okay, I have to pay them in the form of either wages or salaries. Okay, so hiring a human resource is again not that easy. So when we are deciding that how many people we need in our organization, we need to talk to the finance department that how much finances they are available with them, which can be invested in the form of human resource. How many people, how much staff we can hire. It depends upon how our finances, what is the position of our finances in our company. Similarly, when we are talking about marketing management, okay, we have produced a product. Now there are people who are working for us. The product is there in our hands, but the product has to go to market. Now we need to make our consumer aware that we are going to introduce or we have introduced this product. We have to do a lot of advertisement for this. So it also includes expenses. It's not that easy. Okay, so from where we will get not for these kind of expenses? From the finance department only. If finance department allows that this is the fund or this is the budget for marketing, it is given to you. Accordingly, you can decide what will be your marketing activities that you can take place, or what would be the level of marketing activities you can actually do. So this is how various management functions are related to financial management. So financial policies are devised to fit the management decisions of a firm in practice. Now moving ahead with the financial decisions. Okay, financial decisions are basically classified into two parts. One are long-term financial decisions and another are short-term financial decisions. Okay, so when I say long-term financial decisions, as the name suggests, these are the financial decisions which are once taken, the consequences of it can be seen for the longer duration of time. Okay, for example, financing decision. Okay, we also call it capital mix. Okay, once I have decided or I am able to make out from where I can raise my funds, whether I can get the funds from equity or I can get the funds from debt. Okay, once I have decided and I got the fund as well. Okay, now it is difficult for me to change this structure in the near future. It is not possible that today I will decide that 50% of amount I will get from equity and 50% amount I will get from debt, and tomorrow I want to change this ratio. This is not possible. Okay, and if it is possible, I have to suffer huge losses. So when I am saying the word long-term capital decision, these are the decisions once taken, the effect will be seen for longer duration. These decisions are not reversible, and if it is possible to reverse these decisions, the company has to suffer huge losses. Okay, so first was financing decision, the sources from where you are going to get your funds, from where you are going to raise your capital. What would be your capital mix? What would be your capital structure of your company? It also includes investment decisions. You have funds, now you have to decide where you need to invest funds. Okay, like in the beginning of month, we are getting our salary. We prepare the budget in beginning of month that this portion I am going to consume, this portion of salary I am going to consume, and this portion of salary I'll keep aside in the form of savings. Okay, and similarly, now since I have funds in the form of capital, I have to decide in advance that how much amount will go to fixed asset and how much amount will remain with me in the form of current assets or to keep my business functional. These kind of decisions are known as long-term asset mix, capital, or we also call them capital budgeting decisions. And once our business become profitable, we started earning profit, the next decision will be I have to decide how much amount I have to keep with me and how much amount I can share with my shareholders in the form of dividend decisions. In the form of dividend, and this is known as dividend decisions. So these are long-term financial decisions. Then there is one more decision that we need to take is called liquidity decisions. Okay, these are required to keep our company functional. How much liquidity we need to maintain? These are short-term decisions because these are taken on the day-to-day basis. Okay, these are short-term asset mix decisions. We also call them working capital management. So here I am stopping right now. We will continue in the next session about fundamentals of financial management.